Hi everybody, so I'm going to be doing a review on the third novel in Meg Cabot's The Mediator series, and this one is called, what is it called? Reunion. Now, I find that the titles have nothing to do with the actual book. It's just a really cool name. So, this is the third book, and as I pointed out in the second book, which I like the review for the second one, which I just filmed and I completely forgot most of what happened, so that one's really scattered. But if you do want to watch the review for the first book or the review for the second book, there will be a link down below for a playlist, as well as it will be up on my main channel, so you can go check that out. So let's get into the third book. So Suze is continuing on living at her school. Tad Beaumont has moved to San Francisco with his dad, and you will read about that in the second book. And so now all things are hunky-dory, and her friend Gina, who's her friend from New York City, like her only friend, is down for spring break. Or Gina's spring break, but it's not Suze's and her brother's spring break. It's like the next week. Because their breaks are different. So Gina's down and they're still in school. So what happens is, I'm just going to jump right in with the ghost story. The backstory kind of happens throughout once you learn about the ghosts. But 4 teenagers are killed in an accident, which they believe it's an accident, but it's not. They are up on like one of like a cliff mountainous area, and they're going around one of the really sharp corners, and 2 cars kind of hit each other, and the one with the 4 teenagers in it hit the guardrail and ended up falling like in their car, being like pushed right off the cliff, and they died. And they were on their way back from like spring formal or one of those events. So there's 4 of them, and they go to the fancy dancy private school that Tad Beaumont goes to, and again, he's in the second book. And so they are known as the RLS Angels, and that's what they're referred to, and there's 4 of them. So in this book, Suze meets, not really meets a guy, they're already kind of friends. I mean, they're acquaintances. She doesn't really know his name, but they're in the same class, and his name is Michael. And for the life of me, I did not know how to pronounce his last name in the book. I don't know. It was so weird. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Like, you'd read it and I just kind of skip over it. It's like, yeah, but it's like, oh, I don't know. It's weird. So anyway, he turns out to be he's in one of her classes. I can't remember which one exactly. Yeah, why can't I remember anything today? I don't know. I just finished it like an hour ago. So, wow. I need to start taking some, what is it, coconut oil? Yeah. Whatever. So, he kind of introduces himself, and he has like a crush on her, and he ends up being the one who was the other driver in the car in the accident. So he got away unscathed. He was not injured, wasn't in the hospital, like was released, and he was okay. The police results came back and he was not intoxicated at all. So he was fine. But apparently these RLS Angels had it out for him, and they tried to kill him numerous times. So Suze and her friends and Gina and her brothers were all at the mall, and apparently they had one of these like Mardi Gras festivals kind of going on. They had big like puppets hanging from the ceiling, and the RLS Angels, the ghosts, knocked it down and tried to kill Michael. But luckily Suze was there and knocked him out of the way, and they were all okay. So then the next accident actually happened on the beach when Michael was kind of stalking them. He went out surfing, and this is the point where Gina and Suze realized that he has an awesome bod. Yeah, before that they just thought he was like the ultimate geek, but now apparently he is super hottie. Just his face isn't, it's like a butter face, but it's like but his face. Yeah, doesn't make any sense. I just sounded really stupid there. Whatever. So the ghosts are in the water and they're trying to drown him, and the lifeguard saves them. Suze jumps in after him. They're both okay. And yeah, so Father Dominic finds out about these angels and the fact that Suze was beating them up on the beach, and they decide to go down the cliff area, because apparently there's like a little beach that you can walk to in and around where the accident happened. And so him, Father Dominic, and who you met in the first book, he is the principal at the school that Suze goes to. Him, Suze, and Jesse showed up, and Jesse is the ghost that lives in Suze's bedroom, and he's kind of cool, and I love him. Best character ever! So they go down there, and they find out that the way that the guardrail fell off, it seemed as though like it fell off in one piece, so somebody had loosened it. Somebody did loosen it. So they go down there and they meet the 4 ghosts who had like a little campfire, and they talk them into not killing Michael. and allowing the authorities to get him, and they wanted to find out more about what happened. So to make a long story really short, even though it kind of is like a short book, I mean, it's not that thick. They're all pretty slim compared to some other books, and they're tiny too. Like, they're a lot shorter than a lot of other books. I mean, what's a good one? Let's try one of these ones. I'll just pull a random one off my shelf. Like, look at the size of it. There's a huge difference. So, I mean, it's pretty small. Yeah. And Michael was the one who killed them, and the simple reason is because his younger sister, is in a coma because she went to a party up in the valley, and one of the girls who was killed, it was her party, and so everybody there was drinking, and the little girl's only in 8th grade, and so she got drunk and she fell into the pool and almost drowned, and now is in a coma. So he decided to get back at them by waiting for them to go around this curve, and apparently when you go around the curve, you're supposed to honk your horn, and the reason why he knew it was them is because the vehicle that they were driving plays like the Macarena when they honk the horn, and so he rammed into them a couple of times, and obviously he loosened the guardrail, and they fell right off. Also, when like later on in the book, he also tries to kill Suze, which is really sad. They all get into their car, and Michael's supposed to be driving Suze away, but Sleepy, which is her older brother named Jake, makes her go with them because their mom doesn't want her getting into the car with Michael. So they're in the car, and apparently Michael cut the brake lines so their car wouldn't stop, and so they fell, or they went through like a window, and nobody was hurt, luckily, and all 5 of them were in the car. So Dopey, which is Brad, Sleepy, who's Jake, and then Doc, who is David. I love him. I love little Doc. He's so cute. And then Gina, and as well as Sue. So they were all in there, and they were all not hurt. And the very ending, the best part, is when Suze is like, come on, let's go up to the point, and then accuses him of everything. And then he's like, yes, it's true, blah, blah, blah. I killed them, and I tried to kill you too, but you're supposed to come with me, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Suze calls for the RLS angels who come. She's like, go ahead, kill him. But then she realizes it's not a good thing. So then she gets her butt whipped by the RLS angels, and Jesse shows up, and apparently he gets his butt whipped too, but you never really find out what happens to him until the next book, which I have not read yet. And so Michael ends up going to jail. He's charged with 4 counts of murder and 6 counts of attempted murder, which is the 5 people in the car, and then Suze again because she gets beat up pretty badly from the like the ghost. They think it's actually Michael who beat her up, and by the looks of it, it could have been him. And he's not going to say anything about it. Oh, ghost beat her up. Fun. So yeah, that was this book. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next book. And I really, 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 like, I've read the series before. I cannot wait for the final book. It is my favorite, and my library does not have it. How badly does that suck? They had the first 5. I don't know what happened to the 6th one. It was there. I got it from the library before, and that's how I read it. So I'm going to have to find somebody who has it, or just go out and buy it myself. So yes, thank you very much for watching. As I said earlier, the playlist will be linked down below, as well as all the other videos will be up on my main channel. So thank you very much for watching. This is the 3rd book, and there will be 6 altogether, so stay tuned for that. I'm also reading a couple of other books that I have filmed book club videos for as well, so you can go check those out on my channel. And one more thing, I don't normally mention this, that's because I've been really behind on it, but I have a blog. It's called Never Empty Bookshelf. There will be a link down below if you want to go check it out, where I do written reviews of books, and I'm really behind on it, so don't be commenting saying, hey, where's this book, where's that book? I know. They're coming soon, hopefully. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.